Good morning, boys and girls. How's everyone doing? I hope you guys are doing great. Did you guys enjoy that snow we had a couple of days ago? That was crazy, wasn't it? But it was beautiful, that's for sure. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started with our good morning song. Good morning, boys and girls. Good morning, boys and girls. I'm glad you came to school today. Good morning, boys and girls. Good morning. All right, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to get my hello sticks so I can say hi to everyone today. All right, let's begin. Hello, Ben. How you doing, buddy? Hello, Caroline. Hello, Evelyn. And hello to Violet. Hello, Quinn, birthday girl this week. Hello, Charlize and Bradley. Hello, Sarah Grace. Hello, Miller. Hello, Madeline. Hello, Calder and Rolston and Ivor. And last but not least, Cameron. Good morning, everyone. All right, let's go ahead and get started with our calendar. Remember we started talking about the calendar last week? Who remembers what month we talked about? Do you remember what month we're in right now? Yes, it is the month April. And last week, we filled in all of the days of last week. We had April 12th, April 13th, April 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, and 18th. Today, when Mrs. Brooks is videoing, is a Sunday. Do you see where it says Sunday? So this is the day that comes next. What number comes after the number 18? Yes, 19 comes next. So today is April 19th, 2020. Now tomorrow will be the 20th. That is right. The 19th, then the 20th. Then the next day comes the 21st, and this is a very special day for someone in our class. It is Quinn's birthday, and she is turning 5 years old. So I want you all to sing along with me. We're gonna sing Happy Birthday to Quinn. Ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Quinn. Happy birthday to you. And then after Quinn's birthday on the 21st comes the 22nd. And that is Mr. Brooks's birthday that day. So Quinn, did you know you had a birthday the day before Mr. Brooks? You do. And then after the 22nd comes the 23rd. Then on Friday we have the 24th. And then on Saturday, we have the 25th. We are getting very far into April. After this week, we only have one more week of April. So very exciting. All right, so I made some new charts for us. I made a months of the year chart for us, and I made the days of the week chart for us so we could sing our songs. All right, let's go ahead and begin with our days of the week. If you can see it, it's right here. There are 7 days, there are 7 days, there are 7 days in a week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Let's try it again, and then next week I'm going to teach you a new days of the week song, but I want you to memorize this one first. All right, let's do it again. There are 7 days, there are 7 days, there are 7 days in a week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. All right, and now let's go to our months of the year. It goes like this. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, and August, September, October, November, December. These are the months of the year. This time I'll sing it to the camera in case you couldn't hear me very well. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, and August, September, October, November, December. These are the months of the year. All right, great job. So we've talked about our calendar. Now we are going to jump into something very exciting today. So this week and next week, we are going to be talking about ocean animals. I love this because ocean animals are so unique and so beautiful. So we're going to learn some facts about, I think we have about 7 ocean animals we're going to talk about today. And I'm going to tell you some facts about each one. And the great thing is, boys and girls, when I was studying about these animals, I found out some new things I didn't even know about some of these animals. So it was very exciting for me to be able to learn about some of them. All right, so our first ocean animal for today is the... Can we see it? I'm going to put it up close to the camera. This is called the stingray. Can you say that with me? Stingray. Now, a stingray's long tail usually has a spine and venom. Now, a spine is something that is very hard, kind of like we have in our back, and it can move up and back. It can move in all different directions, and inside that spine is venom. And that venom is used to sting people or sting other animals. And so God gave the stingray that venom inside its tail to be able to protect himself. Now, it's very painful if you do get stung by it. And it's just something that really, they're not dangerous animals. They are just using it to protect themselves. So if they feel like they are being hurt in some way or they feel danger, then they will use that to sting someone or something or another animal. So really, they have a reputation for being very gentle animals. So that is the stingray. All right, our next animal, beautiful animal here, is the... Can you see what it is? Let me move it over here. Good. Yes, it is the starfish. How many of you have ever gotten to touch a starfish before or pick one up? I have. They are just beautiful animals. And so the starfish, as you can see, has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 arms. Now, the starfish really is not a fish. It has 5 arms, but sometimes they can have up to 40 arms. Isn't that crazy, boys and girls? Imagine that. The only ones I've ever seen have only had 5 arms on them. And of course, the reason why they're called starfish is because they're in the shape of a star. That's right. Okay, our next animal is very cool. If you look very closely, can you tell what animal that is? Yes, it is an octopus. Now, an octopus has some really cool features about it. It has blue blood. Pretty interesting, right? Another interesting fact is that it has 9 brains. Now, there is one central brain for its body, and then there is one small brain for each of its arms or its tentacles. Now, how many arms or tentacles does an octopus have? Yes, they have 8 arms. So each one of those tentacles or their arms each has its own little brain. Pretty cool, huh? Also, it has 3 hearts. We only have 1 heart that beats. This octopus, or all octopus, or octopi, I think you call it, have 3 hearts. Pretty cool. All right, now this is an orca whale. Now an orca whale is actually not a whale. Another name for an orca whale is also a killer whale. Now you might think to yourself, Mrs. Brooks, if it is not a whale, what is it? It is a dolphin. The reason it has the name orca whale is because many years ago, when they were fishermen, they would see this creature, and it was called a whale killer because it would kill other whales to eat it, or it would kill whales to eat it, but actually this is a dolphin. Now it is known, boys and girls, to be one of the most dangerous animals ever, and I wanted to read something about it. They eat whales, they also eat seals, they eat sea lions and dolphins and sharks and rays and octopus and squid and seabirds. It is such a big animal that it can eat all of these other animals for its food. Now, something interesting that I learned about the orca whale, and hopefully I'll be able to explain it to you really well, is it's the way that it sleeps. An orca whale does not sleep like a human. An orca whale cannot fall asleep like we do. Our body can keep breathing when we are sleeping, but an orca whale has to think about it when it is ready to breathe. So if it would fall asleep completely, then it would stop breathing and it would actually die. So what it has to do, it has to shut down half of its body. One half of its body can sleep while the other half is awake. Is that crazy? It's like the right side of its brain can be awake while the left side is sleeping, and then the left side can be awake while the right side is sleeping. And the reason for that is so that it knows to keep breathing. So it can keep telling themselves, you need to keep breathing. Also, it needs to keep an eye out for predators around him. So that's another reason why. So I thought that was very interesting about the orca whale, that their whole body cannot sleep at one time. Just half of its body can sleep at a time. Kind of hard to imagine, isn't it? But I thought that was pretty cool. All right, our next animal that we're going to talk about is here we go. Yes, it is the jellyfish. What a beautiful, beautiful animal that is. Now, something about the jellyfish is that it does not have a brain or a heart or bones or eyes. Is that crazy or what? None of those things. So it's very different than any other animal, sea animal or regular animal on the land. They use their tentacles to scare or paralyze their prey before gobbling it up. So that is the way that they can catch the food that they eat. They can be bioluminescent, which means they can light up as well. So many times, if you've ever seen a jellyfish before, it will be very clear, but sometimes they are bright colors, and when it's dark in the water, they can actually light up. So that is a pretty cool animal, the jellyfish. Okay, a couple more. Our next one is oh, that's right, it is the shark. Now, the shark, I thought pretty interesting. We know that it's a very dangerous animal. Actually, the bull shark is the most dangerous species of shark, but some have as many as 3,000 teeth at a time. And they actually have rows of teeth. You know how we only have one row of teeth. They actually have teeth behind other teeth. And as soon as they lose a tooth, there's another one ready to pop into its place after. So that's pretty interesting about the shark. Now, we know that it's very hard to see in the murky waters. Can you imagine being very low in the ocean and being able to see? Oh, not the shark. It can see very, very well in the bottom of the ocean. They have excellent vision. They also have very good sense of hearing. They can even hear another animal's heart beating in the water from very far away. So it has very good senses. And their night vision, like I said, is excellent. So that is the shark. All right, are we ready for our last one that we're going to talk about today? Is the seahorse. Now, why do you think it has the name seahorse? Is it a horse? No, it's not actually a horse. It is a fish. But if you look at its head, it does kind of have the shape of a horse. And so that's where it got its name. Now, something very interesting about the seahorse is that the female is the one who has the eggs, but then as soon as it has the eggs, it transfers them to the dad to be able to carry. She puts them into his abdomen into a little pouch, and the daddy seahorse carries all of those eggs around for up to 45 days. Now, there are hundreds or up to hundreds of the little seahorses and their eggs before they're born. And when they're ready to be born, they hatch into little seahorses. And do you know how little they are when they're born? They're only as big as an M&M. So imagine all of a sudden the daddy out of its abdomen, out of its stomach, out of that pocket that he's carrying them in, they come flowing out of that pocket. And it looks like little M&Ms, little baby seahorses all over the place. So the daddy's the one who actually carries around those babies before they're even born. So I thought that was interesting. And I guess that's about it. So the seahorse, what an interesting, cute little animal. As soon actually as they're born too, they kind of attach onto each other. They hook their little tails onto each other and they float around together. And they float around in small groups together. Also, they can use their tails to grab onto things. They're not very fast swimmers at all, so they can grab onto seaweed or something like that so that it can stay put without floating away. So that is the seahorse. Well, I had a lot of fun today talking about all of these different animals, these different ocean animals. So next week, we're going to talk about these same animals, but this time I'm going to ask you some questions to see how much you can remember about all the animals we talked about today. All right, so that was a lot of fun, and I hope to see you guys for our review as well. We have, if I can show you really quickly, I'll move it down. We have a little numbers review game in my next video with all ocean animals as well. So I hope you will join me for that as well. All right, see you later. Bye-bye.